Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up an Express project properly. When you want to create an Express project, what are you going to do? What is the nice thing? That's the best thing to do to be able to set it up in a better way. So I just created a new folder and I call it Express app, and I want to open up the folder inside my Visual Studio Code. Trust me, you can use any code editor, but I enjoy using Visual Studio Code, and I will advise you also to try it out. Okay, so now an Express app, and then inside it I can just create my new file, and I can name the file app.js or anything else.js, but trust me, the best way to name it is to name it index.js. And then I can just open my own terminal out there. You can use the external terminal of outside the VS Code, but now I prefer using the one inside the Visual Studio Code because it makes it easier for me. And I can just say npm install. All right, I can just do npm init dash yes to bring out the JSON file, package.json file automatically. Great. So inside package.json file now, we don't have anything much there, but I can just install what I want to do install. And in this part, I'm going to just install the Express because we are setting up an Express project. npm install Express will do a nice job there. So, and you can see we are installing the Express, and Express have successfully installed without any error. You can see we even have the zero vulnerability, and that's great. Inside the Express index.js file, we can just do const express and require Express.js because we are going to be using it. So we can just do require Express. Perfect. Since we already have it installed, you can see it is listed among the dependencies. So after doing the require Express, there are other things we need to do. I can just set const app to make sure we invoke the Express and call it app. So whenever we want to use the Express.js, we can just do app.something or app.anything we wanted to do. So set app to be equals to Express. Great. And that's another step we need to tackle. And then after this, probably we can just do set the port, because we believe our Express app need to be running at a particular port, and I can just hard code the port for now to be equals to port 3000. And trust me, you can use any port you wanted. It's not necessary to be port 3000. So I can just do app.listing because we want to make sure it's listening to the particular port we just set. Oops, I'm not going to write this. I'm just going to do the port because we have already declared the port to be 3000. So upload listing port, and then we now give it a callback function because after the listening, we want it to tell us whether it's actually listening or it's not listening. So to make sure we handle if there's an error properly. So upload listing can have another callback function after passing the first argument to be the port, and then you can just say log. Trust me, you can do more than just console.log, but in this part I'm just going to do console.log, and then do use template string app listening at on or at the port of 3000. So I believe when you see that kind of message inside your console, you believe now your application is running properly, or let me say your app is listening to the particular port you assigned to it properly. So I just want to do the dollar and then curly braces and call the port again, because since we declare the ports as a variable. So good. I think this is just all what we needed, and trust me, our Express app is set up the way we wanted it. So let's run this project inside our terminal. So I can just do we have require Express properly, assign it to app and invoke it, declare a port to 3000, and then listen to the port. While after listening, we want it to console some message for us inside the console. That's all we have done. And you can see we just have few files. Package.json is here. Inside package.json we have a lot of bunch of things, and if you could remember our last video, you will know how to work with them and or maybe fill them out. We only have Express now as our dependency, so I want to run this application with Node index.js, and if everything is working fine, you see we're having the app listening on port 3000 as our own console. Now that means our